Oh, shalom.
Shalom.
Has the sun set yet?
No, not yet. It will in a few minutes, I think.
No, we're not supposed to rush through the Sabbath, but I hope the sun sets soon. As long as we're stuck here, may I come and join you?
Well, of course, if you'd like to.
Well, thank you. I'm Lazarus.
I'm Abigail. Do you smell a strange odor?
What? No, I think maybe it's the fish they were serving earlier.
Wow, that's some bad fish. So where is it that you're in such a hurry to get after Sabbath ends?
Well, I'm just going home. But I imagine I'll be in a lot of trouble when I get there.
With your wife?
I wish. An angry wife I could deal with. But no, I'm going home to two angry sisters. You see, I planned to be home for the Sabbath dinner last night. But I don't walk as fast as I used to, and this is as far as I got by sundown, so I had to stay the night. I didn't want to get caught traveling during the Sabbath.
It was wise to stay here. I'm sure your sisters will understand.
Oh, they'll understand all right. But they'll point out every wrinkle on their face they got from worrying about me all night. They never let me out of their sight anymore. At least not lately.
Why is that?
Well, I got very sick a few weeks ago, so now they're all nervous about letting me do anything. They worry, you know. But yesterday, they told me that we're going to have some company tonight, some very special people. Well, naturally I wanted to help, and there was just so much work to be done in just a few hours before Sabbath began. And they told me just sit and relax. Well, I'm sick of wrestling. I'm perfectly fine. Well, anyway, I couldn't handle watching them scurry about, so I told them I was going to go out and buy more wine, and then I left.
And they were okay with that?
To be honest with you, I'm not really sure they really noticed. You know, my sisters are pretty intense when they know company is coming. But I know a wonderful wine dealer just outside Jerusalem, so I went to see him. But I forgot my cart, and carrying all that wine slowed me down.
So that's why you didn't make it home before Sabbath.
Yes, and they're going to be livid. But I'm tired of everybody treating me like a baby. Like I can't do anything. I can just picture it now. Lazarus, what were you thinking? You can't get off on your own. You need your rest. Remember, you were dead for 4 days.
Wait a minute. What was that?
If I had a shovel for every time they reminded me I was dead for 4 days, I could buy this whole inn.
Dead for 4 days. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, never mind. So, where are you headed after sunset? You won't get too far before it gets dark.
I know, but I just need to get as far from this place as I can. What is that stench? Not that home is much better, but coming to Jerusalem has been a real disappointment.
Well, didn't you see the temple? I mean, how can you be disappointed by that splendor?
Oh, the temple is beautiful, of course. But I just hope to find something else in Jerusalem that I haven't found.
Oh, what's that? Like a new handbag? I know a lovely leather dealer.
No, nothing like that. I was looking for community, I guess. You know, people to talk with, talk to, share thoughts and feelings.
Don't you have anyone like that where you live?
No, not really. At home, I'm just known as the untouchable woman.
You? Untouchable? Well, why?
Oh, you don't want to hear about that. It was a female problem.
Oh, come on. I live with two sisters. I heard it all.
I suppose you have. Well, if you must know, I bled all the time.
Oh, I see. Now I understand why they call you untouchable. But it must be better now for traveling.
Oh, I am. I'm healed. But people don't know how to treat you any been untouchable for 12 years.
12 years?
12 long years. I was so excited when I was healed. I thought that I could live a normal life again. But what is a normal life when you haven't had human contact for 12 years? I can't be a member of society again. Oh, I can be a member of society again, but I don't know how to fit in. And nobody is welcoming me back either.
So you came to Jerusalem to make some new friends?
Sort of. I really came searching for the man who healed me. He's healed many people, so there must be other people like me who are looking to fit in somewhere. I figured I could follow him, and I might find people who could relate to me and accept me. And he was here, but by the time I got here, he was gone.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I think I understand how you feel. I know what it's like to not feel as though you fit in. That's how I felt ever since I was brought back to life.
Brought back to life? What is this nonsense you're talking about?
Well, a few weeks ago I got sick, just like I said, and I died.
Well, that makes perfect sense. I have the best conversation I've had in 12 years, and it turns out I'm talking to a ghost.
No, I'm not a ghost, but I did die. My sisters wrapped me up in grave cloths, and they buried me, and they put me in the family tomb. I was there 4 days.
Well, that couldn't have smelled very good.
Well, I didn't really notice being dead at all. The first thing I remember was this booming voice shouting, "Lazarus, come out!" And then there was the brightness. It was blinding. Then I noticed the stench, and it was awful. So I tried to run out of the tomb, but I was wrapped up like a lily, and so the best I could do was hop and hobble, and
Now that's an image.
Yes, I imagine it was, but nobody laughed because everybody was so astounded at what Jesus had done.
What, who had done?
Well, Jesus, the man who raised me.
Jesus? Jesus of Nazareth? He's the one who brought you back to life after 4 days in a tomb?
Yes, but you probably don't believe me anyway.
I didn't believe you, but Jesus is the one who healed me. It's not as if Jesus laid hands on me and healed me on purpose. It was sort of an accidental healing.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, Jesus was on his way to heal somebody else, a little girl. But I saw him walking by, and something forced me to go after him. I wasn't supposed to be so close to the other people, of course, being untouchable, but it was like I had no control over my body. My legs carried me through the crowd, getting close enough to Jesus to touch him. And then I saw my hand reaching out to him, and I grabbed a handful of his cloak, and suddenly I could feel my whole body change. I knew immediately that I was healed, and so did he.
He knew?
He knew somebody touched his cloak, and that somebody was healed. I finally fell at his feet, confessing the truth.
And what did he say about your accidental healing?
He just smiled and said, my faith had healed me of my disease. But my faith got me close enough to him. I know he healed me. Jesus does amazing miracles.
So you do believe that he raised me?
I actually do. If Jesus could heal me, then why couldn't he also raise the dead? That smell, it's you, isn't it?
Yes. Being brought back from the dead does have some lingering side effects. My sisters are always slathering me with perfume, but I guess it's worn off since I left home.
4 days in a tomb is no picnic, I'm
You're
sure.
telling me.
Being healed is wonderful, but getting back to normal life is a real challenge. I think that's why I came to come looking for Jesus. He healed my body, but I guess I I need a little help in learning how to live now. I'm healed, but now what?
I know just what you mean. I know that Jesus raised me back to life, and I'm grateful. My sisters are beyond grateful. But now what?
Have people treated you differently since you were raised from the dead?
Oh, my yes. I was a local celebrity for a while. Everybody had to come and meet the living dead guy, and that was fun for a while, until my visitors started coming with threats.
Threats?
Yes. You know, there are people who hate Jesus. People who want to stifle any rumors or evidence of his power. And I was the biggest piece of evidence that they could find. If they could make sure that the living dead guy wasn't living anymore, there would be no proof that Jesus is miracle.
Oh no, they tried to kill you?
Well, if I'd had bodyguards instead of two overprotective sisters, I have no doubt that they would have succeeded in killing me. But Mary and Martha, they're a lot more intimidating.
But now, since you're alive again, and since you can't seem to get rid of, and since they can't seem to get rid of you, you're wondering what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes. You know, I've always known that Jesus raised me to help people believe in him. But now I have the sense that Jesus brought me back to do something else. But I can't figure out what it is.
Well, that's pretty obvious to me. Lazarus, you are the first person who really listened to my story. The only one who made me feel normal, like I belong somewhere. Hearing your story and talking for just a few minutes has made me feel more whole already.
Really?
Yes. You have a very healing presence. Jesus healed my body, and I think he sent you here to help me start healing my soul and my life, my whole life. Maybe since he gave you life again, you're supposed to give life back to others, like me.
Wow! Well, that's very kind of you, and maybe you're right. I guess we met today because of him. Hey, instead of going home now, why don't you come home with me? I'd like you to come to the gathering my sisters and I are having tonight. There will be others whose lives Jesus touched too.
That would be wonderful. You don't think your sisters would mind?
No, the more the merrier.
Then I'd love to come.
Great! Well, looks like the Sabbath has ended, but I have a feeling that something new is beginning.
I think you're right. Now let's get on the road before your sisters send out a search party. Now,
My sisters are gonna love